Okay, so we finally brought up the Baldwin 210 organ, theater organ upstairs. No, excuse me, this is not the 210. This is the H2R. Well, whatever it is, it's not going to be at anymore because we are converting it over. I just put the keys in. We took everything out because one thing is when bringing up an organ upstairs, you guys to watch out for the keys. So I took each rank of keys off and before I brought it upstairs. So I gutted out everything basically except your voicing controls because this is going to be the first time we're going to basically put a computer system in this unit with two monitors, which we have several room. We are going to mount a MIDI system, which is basically takes up maybe, I don't know, this much room, just a tiny bit of room. And what we're going to do is we are going to have 3 MIDI boards. They're 64 note MIDI boards. What we're going to do is one for we have a full size pedal board, it's 32 note pedal board, I believe, and maybe more than that. It's whatever full size is, normal, not some big huge organ. And we're going to use the Wurlitzer 260. It's the word basically we're going to convert it to a Wurlitzer 260 Miditzer organ, and we might use that software, that other software, to make it church sounding sometimes. Because if we go over here, here's the Baldwin 210. And it's on its last leg. We got to do some work to it still, but this is more of a cool little project because it's very easy to do. We're going to actually cut out. I took it out the pedal, but we're going to cut another hole out for a crest pedal as well. I might have if I have enough room, I might cut out 2 and actually have 3. Because that's what's on the 260 Wurlitzer theater organ. And also what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to your stop unit, which is right over here. And we're going to program some of these stops for the Miditzer stops. Now we only have a select amount of stops here, so we're just going to add the most important ones, or basically there'll be a memory of stops. So let's say if I want to go to a theater organ, I can flip that and I can flip that, and we might do some engraving later, and this will be kind of the controller. So basically to power up the organ, which is going to consist of a computer inside of it, we'll have an on switch. It'll activate the computer, fire the computer up. The computer will go into and automatically run the Miditzer or whatever software we eventually put on it. And, we'll use some of these regular switches. We might buy some, this is the presets that came with it. This is we don't need the air horns and all that junk. We might put it on because I know there is some toys on that organ, on that Miditzer. But so we took the top off mainly because it was just too gosh darn heavy. But we kept all the wiring for it. As you can see, most of this we're not going to need because we're just using the Miditzer. So basically we're going to use 1. So if you notice, each key activates this, and black goes down to right here into the black section. I haven't really looked at the schematics that much on this organ, so I'm not really familiar with how it used to work. We basically just stripped it completely because the organ was having problems, and frankly it was just too much work. It had 2 blown speakers. We're gonna probably use, I don't know what kind of amplifier, just a simple amplifier, and we'll hook up 2 monitor speakers. We have plenty of room. This is the reverb speaker, not reverb speaker. What is that called? The tremolo or whatever, tremolo. And what we're going to do is we're going to probably take this completely out, or we might put a speaker at the bottom. We might play with it and get it work, because it does run perfect. So we got a lot to do to play with this thing. It's going to be a really interesting project, and hopefully I can get some of it done in the next few weeks, just to play with it and start it out, because really this is my first one, and it should be quite interesting to play with. But it's a real nice organ, and that's just some marks here. We kind of knobbed it up, bringing it upstairs. But when you bring up remember, all the keyboards were gone, and this thing weighed a ton. This thing net weight, I think, is like, I don't know, 400 some odd pounds. So by the time but really it's the solid wood, because this organ's actually been sitting outside underneath the carport for the last month and a half or so. We might use this REIT speed control for something. So we'll that may be a Crest. I really want to do the foot pedals, and we got plenty of room. So we got room to work around with, and this is very sufficient to have a 2-stop organ is going to work perfect. Full size pedal board. Let me show you the pedal board. Pedal board is really nice. So this is the pedal board for it. It's a little dusty, but so it's going to be interesting. And there she is. We like the way it looks. And like I said, once I have a back cover for it, so theoretically we're going to build it where you're not going to even know it has a computer in it. We're going to build it to where every stop works. It just might not be that specific stop name. We might use it for something else. Like I said, we might use it for a memory or so on. So we'll figure it out. Once again, thank you for looking at my video. All these keys are nice and firm. See, when we brought this one up, we had a little difficulty. We bent some of the keys, and these are well used. So this is going to be an interesting project, my friends. Thank you, and have a great day.